Well, good Monday afternoon. It's not good. It's not good. It sucks when the Cowboys lose. But I guess I can say I have some solace at the fact that the 49ers did lose and Eagles did lose. And tonight, maybe the Commanders lose. So, how crazy would it be if everybody in NFC East lost except for the Giants? That would just literally be icing on the cake. And I'm going to say that this year, it's more than ever before, is it a week-to-week league, because everybody was talking about how Kansas City was dead in the water, that Pat Mahomes was washed. Now, I will say, it's kind of amazing that in the first time in like 70 years that there was actually no penalties called on a team. None. Zero. Nada. Nothing. Now, a lot of people say that, Kansas City gets the benefit of the doubt. I guess they were just perfect last night. They ended up, of course, taking care of the Lions. So that kind of brings them back down to earth. I guess I can't really worry about anybody else's team. Right now, it's dealing with the Cowboys. This is crazy because we may be looking at a historic season. Baby, can you do me a favor? Can you pull up your calculator? Can you take 13 and divide by 6? Okay, multiply that by 17. What do we get?
36.83.
So Dak is on pace for 37 TDs, which would tie his record of 37 TDs. Can you take 276 and multiply by 17?
16.23.
No, I'm sorry. 276 times 17.
4,692.
And on pace for 4,700 yards with 9 interceptions. Clearly matching his MVP runner-up season. And it's not going to mean jack. Not going to be a thing. And so I'm on the fence now, because the reality is the Cowboys can win a few games if the defense does anything. And some of these games the Cowboys will just be able to win in a shootout. The Cowboys will win 7, 8, maybe 9 games. It's possible. Although, if the defense plays like that, it's very possible that they don't win more than 4 or 5 games. And what we really need to start looking at now is maybe we don't want to win. Not that we have a choice in it, but looking and saying, let's look at the draft. And, there's no one guy that's going to change this. We could take a number 1 pick and bring in one player. Well, we had Micah Parsons, who is top 5 player on defense. Didn't make it as an elite defense that would be able to make it, deep in the playoffs. And so instead of making a panic move and saying, hey, let's go ahead and just sign this guy and that guy and bring him in on clearly a broken system, because that's exactly what we have right now. Matt Everfuss and the players that we have don't mix. Matt Everfuss has been a disaster. And start looking and saying, let's try and keep Dak Prescott healthy. Dak, stop running. And make the most of the draft picks that we have. But we got to do better than what we've been doing, because this whole, what happens is you do something a few times and then you get known for being, great team at drafting. We have had a lot of success and a lot of Pro Bowls, which is true. The Cowboys have drafted a lot of Pro Bowlers and All Pros. But it's basically completely hit or miss. Either we get a stud that's going to be an All Pro, or we get nothing. And it's not anything in between. We have been trying to get linebackers forever. We've been trying to get defensive tackles forever. And we just can't seem to get those guys right. And the propensity for the Cowboys to go outside of the building after screwing the pooch hasn't been good. And then, of course, we look and say, we believe in our own guys and locking them down. Well, our own guys that you're locking down are the same guys that haven't been able to get to the top. So I don't know where we go with this. But I know there is no simple fix at this point. And for everybody who's looking for a finger to point at, it's got to start upstairs. See, we were fortunate that we had Brian Schottenheimer, who was the offensive coordinator last year, become the head coach, because he was able to say, we're not going to change the offense terminology and things like that, and understanding the players that he had to maximize it. You can't complain about the offensive side of the ball. The defensive side of the ball, something that the Cowboys have just not been good at picking the players on. The Joneses picked Matt Everfuss, and they're the ones that went out and got the players on that defense for Matt Everfuss, and it just ain't good. So, lower your expectations for this season. Take it one game at a time, and I can't say anybody checking out on this season, I can't say I blame you, because it's going to be ugly. There's going to be games that are going to be like this where we are just a straight up embarrassment. There's going to be some games that we're going to look back and say, yes, maybe we've turned the corner, only to be bitch slapped back down to earth. That game yesterday, I'm with Michael Irvin. Man, I've never seen so many people so wide open. The fact that every time Bryce Young threw the ball past the sticks, 8 of 9 times he had a completion for a perfect 153 rating. Didn't even think that was even possible. We're literally taking scrub quarterbacks and making them look like Joe Montana. So Jerry Jones, for the first time, didn't say shit after the game. And today's his birthday. Happy birthday, Jerry. Happy birthday. Say what?
Your birthday's close to Jerry's.
My birthday is close to Jerry. Yeah. Three days apart. Thank you, Jerry Jones. I'm going to almost say that game hurt almost as much as last